A lot of guys will build these and they just kind of creep around, but no, it's not for me. Wasn't as waterproof as what I thought.
Well, let's be honest, we didn't plan on rolling this thing.
Like, I kind of cared about hurting it before. Now I can really run it and not care. If I flip it, I flip it.
And that's hard to believe because this guy here ran it like he didn't care. I mean, we were just full send.
Oh man, it's got a lot of codes. I don't know what all these things are. We're just gonna clear them things out.
Next thing you know, man, when I felt my feet on the bottom of that pond, I just shot out of that thing, boy.
Here at JH Diesel and 4x4, home of the famous JH Who, Justin Hildebrand. Awesome dude, by the way. And also the guy who had that monster truck who flipped it into Cleetus's pond that I helped tow back the other day. Well, today he's getting it all drained up. I'm gonna help him, like, you know, get it back together as best that I can. I mean, he has guys that work for him, but I want to help because I'm parked here, so I feel the need to, you know, make my space worth it. We're gonna find out if this thing still runs. The introduction to Florida man life is, it's fascinating, to say the least. You want this one?
What's that?
You want this one too?
Yeah, I'm gonna through 10 minutes. That way I know it doesn't mess up.
So what's going on here?
I'm putting the last little bit of fuel. I got 10 gallons of fuel in it, so got it full of oil. Transmission's got fluid. Power steering's back up. Coolant never drained or got anything in it, so coolant was great.
So you filled the crankcase with diesel?
Did you? 3.5, 4 gallons of diesel fuel in the crankcase. Let it sit in there just so stuff wouldn't rust. Turned the motor over with it, pulled all the glow plugs, turned the motor over without those in it. We put the glow plugs back in now. Are you ready to fire?
Let's find out.
If it does, hey, I could have a bad PCM, bad fuel injection module. It did sit in water for 24 hours, so.
It does, this reverse light here has been on.
Yeah, it kind of stays on, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
These were the fittings that broke off when we were towing it back. They broke off the ram, and then the ram couldn't steer anymore because there's no mechanical linkage to this. It's all hydraulic. But he had the fittings pulled out and replaced. Didn't have to buy a new ram, so that's good. All right. What's your prediction? Is it gonna start or not?
Thought we got all the water out, but there could still be some in there, so we'll find out here in a second. I mean, is it not clicking whenever I hit the key?
No, it ain't doing nothing now.
Tap it.
When the glow plugs were out, were you borrowing it over by hand?
No, we did when it started.
So the starter should still be working.
Theoretically. But he said it's not clicking, so. Oh, you know what? Actually, hang on, Tim. Come over here to the battery charger real quick. Do we have a starter laying around anywhere, you think? A spare one? One that works?
Yeah, there's sweeping on the burnout truck.
Huh?
Was the starter giving you problems before?
Like every once in a while it would click. Truck sits a lot, so every once in a while it would click. It's worked great for a while, but I wonder if it finally just sitting underwater doesn't help anything. So.
Where is the starter on this thing? Oh, right inside the bell housing, like a small block Ford. What's that for?
What's that?
The wire you're gonna.
It's a little jumper for the starter, so I can bypass everything and at least when the starter's turn over. If it doesn't turn over with this, then you know it's started.
Is that something you added for this kind of stuff? Or
Look, all the 6.0s have them. Ford's Super Duty stuff on the 6-liter diesels.
Did not know that. Well, we got a volcano.
All right, well, that's a good sign. Hit that jump starter over there, Tim.
Lock the wheels or something.
Suck it, Cole.
You see this gauge right here?
I'll get up on the tire.
Tim, can you climb in the truck And do me a favor and turn the key on. I want to make sure we got fuel pressure. Fuel pressure should be reading 0 right now, right?
Yeah. I was not sure what the procedure was for getting up here. There was like a way to do it.
The key is it'll feel kind of firm, but turn it back and then just get forward. You turn it 1 click back and then
Pressure came up a little.
what did it get to? Should be about 60.
It's less than 20.
Less than 20.
When he just did that, it just bumped up. Yeah. It's still less than 20 though.
Kick it on again. What's that? 20 still?
Still between 0 and 20.
Barely drizzle out. There we go. Kick the key on again, Tim.
Yeah, the pressure actually went up when you...
Has it gone up?
Yeah, it almost touched
Kick
40
the key on
just then.
again.
Yep, now it went past 60.
All right, kill it.
I'm no expert here, but it looks like you know what you're doing.
Every once in a while. Kick that key on. What's the pressure at?
It's past 60.
Past 60 now?
Yeah. Is that something in the column then? If it's not,
Maybe.
that's weird.
I don't know. I mean, it's a little broke. Trans in the in neutral down there. He's got it unhooked. So if it gets the signal from the trans, it should start.
Does the key have to be on from that, like in the crank position?
Yes.
Powered up my OBD2.
Scanner lit up.
See what happens. We're connected. Fuel pressure still holding 60 pounds right now?
Yeah. Yep. It's probably closer to 70. Is 60 like the minimum that it needs to start or something?
You know, these will run off of 30, 40 pounds, like not good. It's not supposed to, but they'll still run off. I've had them run off 20 pounds. It's just spec is around 60 or so, depending on how much fuel you're throwing at it for injectors and stuff. Typically, you don't have to do what I just did. It was airlocked. It's not something you typically have to do.
The fuel system was airlocked?
Yeah. But this thing was completely empty, dry, had a lot of water and stuff in it, so.
Censorship. A lot of stuff.
Stuff.
He knows the deal.
Oh man, it's got a lot of codes. I don't know what all these things are. We're just gonna clear them things out. Actually, don't look too bad.
How many were there?
Probably 20 or 30.
Oh, that's it? I got at least 15 on there all the time.
It's pretty cool. So I just pushed the tow haul button, tow haul light came on and stuff. Whenever your key goes on, my ABS light comes on, which is good. See what my high pressure oil is doing. It was completely drained. A lot of times when you drain the high pressure oil system, it takes forever to fire back up. You gotta build the pressure up. Go ahead and hit that thing, Tim. All right, go. Somebody check that charger.
It's on the second green light, and it's still good.
Yeah, it still says jump start ready.
So I do have ICP pressure, which is good. The ECM is working, which is good. It may just be that the fuel system's so drained that it's could have water in the fuel too. Could have water in the injectors.
Does the white smoke coming out mean it's doing anything?
Yeah, that just means that it is, you know, it could be dumping fuel in. Usually white smoke like that with it not starting is dumping raw fuel in. It's usually not oil at startup. Sometimes it will, but for the most part, it's just dumping fuel right now.
Cool.
You ready, Justin? Let the batteries charge up for a little bit and so we can get to do, I guess.
Is that hissing from the vacuum pump? What does it pull a vacuum from? Like, what does that thing do?
It's just an electric vacuum pump. It's for the air conditioning and the, drawing a blank here on a 6-liter, mainly for the air conditioning, defrost, all that stuff. Sometimes these have a vacuum controlled 4-wheel drive when they're auto hubs, and so it controls that. So diesels don't pull vacuum like a car does, so you have to put an electric pump or a manual pump or something on there. So
interesting. I didn't know vehicles this new still had vacuum operated HVAC stuff.
yes, they do.
So if it's getting fuel enough to make smoke out the exhaust, is it's not getting enough to run? What would keep it from running at that point?
I'm not real sure at the moment. It could be still have air in the system, and it's just about like water and air. Hell, we could have a stuck injector, could got water in it. I don't know.
Well, the battery's a little low, so we're gonna let it charge for a bit and keep trying stuff. I'm not super well versed in diesel world yet as to why one wouldn't run. If it's a gas engine, I could use process of elimination, but I don't know exactly what they're doing here. So I'm trying to learn just as much as you are, if you don't already know.
ICP's good. Fuel pressure 60 pounds now. It's like everything's there to fire. It's just not firing. You know, it's not the PCM there to see what it is.
I busted that once where it wouldn't run but acted like it wanted to, and it ended up being a wire broke off the ECM connector.
That's the thing, man. It could be water in the ECM, you know.
This is the old one.
That's the old one, see the moisture in there?
You can hear the water in it.
Really?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Yeah.
That's probably not good.
Turn that knob up to 2.
And then hit that red button. Perfect. Alright, let's see what it does.
Did it have some blown fuses?
It does, but I do think this fuse was blown before. I'm still gonna just check it out. I think this thing is for the gauge cluster, which has it would intermittently blow this fuse for the gauge cluster, but never really worried too much about it. Regardless, it's hard to have it in there.
He's up here working magic.
Hey, bring that camera over here. I got some of my Detroit family that just showed up. We got Rachel.
Is this the famous
Marty the Party?
The famous
and we
Marty.
got Murder Mike right here.
Hey, nice to meet you.
What's up, my man?
I've seen you a lot on Snapchat.
Yeah. My mentor, man. My boy. I learn something new every day hanging out
See
with
this
this
right
man.
here?
Me too.
This is
your
my
hand
this is my see this
Keep
right
your
here?
hand high,
I learned
man.
it from this man right
Oh,
here.
no.
You gotta keep
Oh.
the pimp hand strong and
Keep
high
it up high, baby.
for the ladies. 100%. Are you helping? Are you helping with the truck or what?
I'm helping as much as I can, which is usually just poking a button or something. If they're both up there, I'll hand them something, but
Is JH in the truck?
he's standing on the tire over there.
I love it. How you gonna be quiet all of a sudden?
Just, you know, not doing what I wanted to do right now, so
What's the matter?
it's not starting.
Oh.
He didn't know you were in the truck. And he calls me up and says, Macho just popped out of this monster truck out in the pond. We were like, oh,
Yeah, I forgot you were in the truck.
Oh yeah.
What was your official recollection of what happened?
Well, let's be honest. We didn't plan on rolling this thing. I mean, we were just full send. I went from passenger side to driver's side because I wanted to get a better video. So I got my phone out, man, we're loving life. JH bumps up over the van. I'm like in there going, whoa! So you know it's firing everybody up, boy. They're stoked. Next thing you know, dude, come off the back tire. He kind of gooses it. Next thing you know, I'm in the back seat going, oh, like I'm sliding down the seat. I'm like, oh man. Well, I ain't got no harness on, so I'm trying to just grab. Well, of course, there ain't nothing to grab onto. I'm going. I think I'm still filming. It's nothing but a blurred ass selfie. Did not help. We go up underneath. They're in the water, and I'm going, I'm trying to jump out because I'm going, man, I'm going to drown in this thing. Well, we're still rolling. Next thing you know, man, when I felt my feet on the bottom of that pond, I just shot out of that thing, boy.
You did a bullet shot
Oh,
out.
man. I still had my phone in my hand. It literally was in selfie mode like this. And it was a blurred selfie. I thought I got the whole video.
You know, that's who you find out who your real friends are.
That's it, man. I'll tell
Who's
you.
coming in to get you? Who's getting wet?
That's it. Everybody was ready to jump in. A lot of people ran up there, and then we were out before
Right,
the truck was
right.
barely even stopped rolling
and
over.
then JH, I'm grabbing JH, I'm yelling, we're good. Next thing you know, we're just going, whoa!
You had the fish finder.
Yeah, it wasn't
Phone?
It wasn't an
It's
actual.
like, go find your fish finder.
It wasn't an actual fish finder. It's
Oh,
it's
it was
this
my
computer.
monitor.
Yeah.
the monitor for this. Yeah, it's gone.
It's over.
It wasn't waterproof.
Yeah.
Didn't Uncle Chet lose his phone in the pond?
Yeah. So Cheyenne's diving in, but I go in the water because I'm like, dude, I got to grab onto him to make sure nothing happens. So I got a hold of his leg and I'm like trying to make sure to pull him out. He finds his wallet. I don't know how he found his wallet, dude.
He was all in like
Thing's a
deep thought,
beast,
somber
man.
mode. And you walk in, hey, what's going on? And he's just over there. My truck's broke.
Hey, if anybody can pump you up, it's these two right here.
Pull the bed off.
I keep shutting the camera off, and then someone asks a good question.
So it's
I just gotta keep it on.
Might as
What's
well.
in there run with?
People want to see it like this.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave it
Instead
like
of
this for a
rebodying
while.
it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this for a
Right,
while.
you got to feed off it.
That's a good point. You gotta ask the people.
Right on,
Yeah.
man. They want to see it.
Like I kind of cared about hurting it before. Now I can really run it and not care. If I flip it, I flip it.
And that's hard to believe because this guy here ran it like he didn't care. And I was like, boy,
Before.
he's hitting the two-step, dude. This thing's like, wham, I'm like, ah! No, he really did, dude. I couldn't believe it. That thing freaking ripped, dude.
Is it a six liter?
6 liter. Yeah.
Oh, you can just those things. Once you bulletproof, I'm sure you went way farther than that.
Yeah, it's got some
Yeah.
work done to it. It runs pretty good.
It looks faster than it should be for how big it is when you're ripping across the yard. I was like,
Yeah.
dang, that thing moves.
A lot of guys will build these and they just kind of creep around, but
No,
it's not for me.
Well, we didn't
Nowhere.
mean to come in and bust up the party,
Oh,
but
you're good, man. You're good. We love you. So love you too.
I'll give you a hug right now. This is his burnout truck. He also got third place, which is a big deal for a loser.
Now that the cool kids are gone, back to problem solving.
Yeah. Pretty sure the problem is I put that PCM in there, but it's got a bigger injector in it. Thickums tuned. I believe, could be wrong, that the computer probably needs to be tuned for the bigger injectors and stuff. So that's why it's dumping so much fuel out the exhaust. Like I said, you know, you saw it earlier. I do think it will fire once we retune that PCM. We know that other PCM is trash, so.
Yeah, it's definitely, if you can hear water in it, I don't think that's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Well, the connections also had water in them, so I've got other fuse boxes and stuff. I got to start swapping fuse. It's something electrical. It's not mechanical. First things first would be to put a tune in that computer. It was my spare PCM, so I'll put a tune in that and see what it does. Just kind of ran out of time today, and I'm not gonna work all night on it just to take it to sit in the parking lot tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
you gotta.
we'll have it up and running though. So it's turning over, so that's a plus. We don't know why it's not turning over with the ignition yet, but it could be something in the column, which I got another steering column for it. Just who knows? I mean, like I said, it's sitting underwater for that long. It's like a flood vehicle now. I
Well-
fixed them before, so.
Leave a comment. Let him know if you think he should keep the patina on there or fix it.
I think the patina is gonna stay. I think the dents it all adds character.
It does.
And now I really don't care about it, so now I really send it. It's like, well, if I flip it, I got 5 points in it. If I flip it, we're strapped in, we're good to go. I know the roll cage is gonna work, so
It's tested.
yeah, so
Maybe just change the windshield and
I
send
think
it.
plexiglass windshield, we're probably gonna need a plexiglass windshield in it. Might put a rear windshield in it, or window, I don't know yet.
What's going on with the burnout truck?
Burnout truck's ready to go. This thing's ready to rip.
What's done to this thing?
I
actually don't know.
Everything you can do to a 6-liter. I mean, a built engine from Warren Diesel and Kill Devil Diesel came together with a lot of parts for it. It's got the fast fuel system on it, and then Warren Diesel fully built competition transmission. Snow performance water meth. Got a regulator return from also from Warren Diesel. All internals are built. 372 bore Warner turbocharger. It's got some pretty massive injectors from Warren Diesel also. External oil cooler on that side. We did a test burnout with it yesterday, and it ripped.
Water system. What's the big hose for?
That goes to the radiator in the bed. So it's got a radiator in the bed with fans. It's got the radiator up here. It's got a trans cooler in the bed, fuel systems in the bed. Kind of everything's back there.
So it's got 2 radiators.
2 radiators.
That's intense.
We did about a minute-long burnout yesterday, and it got up to I'd say a minute to a minute and a half of sitting around 4,500 RPMs and maybe 5,000 even. And we did the worst it got to was like 194.
Oh wow.
And then went right back down. I forgot to turn my fans on, so.
Yeah, this thing is a well configured. I didn't even notice that. Is it pretty fast?
4x4, man, all-wheel drive.
You launch it in 4 high?
Haven't even launched it yet. I haven't got to do anything with it yet. We've only done burnouts, but now that we kind of got all the bugs worked out of it, we're dealing with a couple issues. We're gonna do, we're gonna start, you know, taking it to sand drags, drag race it, a little bit of everything.
Definitely 4-wheel drive, launch it.
Oh,
I got a
100%.
draggy in the Newell. See what it'll do on the street.
100%. We'll wait till after Cleetus and Cars is over, and then we'll start messing with it on the street. All-wheel drive's where it's at.
Definitely. Sucks it didn't run, but at least we know it's not like ruined.
We'll get it. Everything's cleaned out. Everything's flushed out, so it'll be all right. It'll run. So we got some events coming up we want to go to, so I'll get ready for that.
So where can people find you on Instagram, Facebook? You got all your stuff up there?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, and that kind of stuff. I don't have a YouTube really. My YouTube just kind of, whatever.
You do post a lot of Instagram stories though.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Appreciate the help. Thank you.
Yes, sir.